here's part 2 of relationships and sex. I think I'll do more for like friendships and femininity. So let's stick to dating and sex for now. Okay. So last year when it started to work again. Oh, also if you haven't watched part 1, go back and watch part 1 before you watch this one, because I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. Okay. Everything works. My libido is back. My drive is back. The feeling is back. The butterflies have mostly come back. I know the PSSD community, they say a lot of this is anhedonia, which means like lack of feeling. It's almost like you are wearing this blanket of sadness and darkness and literally numbness. Like everything is numb. Like creativity, music, TV, movies, like being interested in others, like everything is muted. And that's definitely been my experience, where like as that started to wear off, then the feelings would like start coming back. So it's almost like it's there, it's underneath all the symptoms, you know what I'm saying? So it's the only criticism I have of the PSSD community. They have done an excellent job at like getting it out on TikTok and Twitter and all over the place. Like more, you guys have been on Dr. Drew, for God's sakes. Like we can't even make it there with the psych drug withdrawal stuff. So you guys have done an amazing job. But when everybody says it's permanent, okay, it took me like literally 7 years for it to come back. Okay. I just had a hope. Like for first of all, my symptoms were so bad. That was like the last thing I was thinking about. I had it was gone for a long time, obviously, but I also just like, it wasn't important, I guess. Like the terror and the akathisia feelings, those were like way more superseding like my sexual feelings, you know what I mean? So I just want to make a very valid point that anhedonia feeling that you feel, people that are suffering from PSSD, don't jump so quick to permanent. You don't know. Yeah, it could take several years. It could take you 18 months. It could take you 6 months. I don't know. We all have to like live it out. I'm sorry, I'm looking in 2 places because I'm doing phone and computer at the same time. But until they develop a camera that like shoots horizontal and vertical at the same time, I have to do it this way. Anyway, just don't be so quick to think it's permanent, because you could give up before it actually shows up. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm certainly glad I did not give up and not wait. I know sexuality is so important. Trust me, when you lose it, for as long as I've lost it, 16 years, yeah, when it comes back, it's great. It's amazing. And it sucks because you can't like just go use it. Like I have to wait, you know? And there's a lot of pent up energy in there that has been dying to come out and has been trapped for years and years and years. But I can't just go doing that with anybody. I got to wait for someone who can handle that energy. And in the meantime, try to handle it on my own, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so just be careful with the word permanent, or that it's never going to come back, because it has taken me forever. And it did come back, and it's there, and it's working, and it's normal, and it's expressing itself, and I have done it, and it works. Okay. But it very much, the way I experienced it was, first of all, that was like one of the least symptoms I was worried about, because my other symptoms were so severe for so many years. But then it was like, as a lot of the symptoms lifted, and as the healing was gradually, like I could feel symptoms going away, and like some of the anxiety would lift, and then some of the depression would lift, and then the brain fog would lift a little bit more, and then I could like watch TV again, and then I could listen to music again and feel the joy from that. Then the sexuality feelings started to come back very, very, very slowly. Then your social skills came back, and then I had an interest in others. I wasn't focused on my symptoms and talking about them and like being alone all the time and being quiet. I was interested in other people, and I didn't have to talk to them about these symptoms. You know what I'm saying? So it came back. So I just want to say that, like, take a little hope from me, please, because I thought mine was gone forever. I really did. Also, I shielded myself from a lot of that stuff that says permanent, or that like it never goes away. I couldn't even like think about that. Like I was so razor edge from the S word that I was like, no, back off the ledge. I just don't even want to entertain that as a possibility. Do you know what I'm saying? And you can call that denial. You can call that survivability, whatever you want to do. But that's what I had to do to get through it, you know? So what else should I say about dating and sexuality? Oh yeah, when you're back in your body and your life starts to come back together, and you start to wear cute clothes, and you start to actually care what the trends are, and like you want to shop and you want to wear beautiful clothes, and then you're like, oh my God, I have a body, and oh my God, I have breasts, and I have a woman's body, I think, and I haven't really been in that for a long time or been in touch with that. I've had to go through my own healing process just with that stuff. So some of you can judge me and think I'm weird. I don't really care. This is my life now. I get to live it however the hell I want to. So one way that I have worked with that whole thing is, first of all, I don't want to talk to a therapist and get their opinion about my trauma and my PSSD. The last thing I need right now is to be gaslit. Okay. So I decided I'm going to go to a nudist resort and explore my body and just sit there naked and just see what I need to work on, you know? And guess what? It paid off. It has worked more than anything and quicker than ever. Because guess what? When you're sitting there naked and there's people around, first of all, I only go to the safe places that provide background checks for all the participants. There's no staring. There's no photos. It's non-sexual. There's no advancements. No one is going to follow you to your car. If anybody sees anybody treat you like that, they're kicked out immediately. Okay, so these are safe places that I've done this. Anyway, I could feel all my insecurities, all my traumas, all my worries, all my fears. I cried several times and just let my body process it. I felt scared. I felt like, look where the exits are. Who's the safe people? Like, I felt all of it. And now I've feel comfortable in my skin. I can walk around. I don't care if I have a little extra weight on me. I'm working on it. It's fine. I love my body. I'm like, you are amazing for what I've been through. Do you know what I'm saying? And in some ways, my wrinkles are proof of what I've been through, you know, and the saggy skin and whatever. But it put me back in my body a way that nothing else could. Like when you are walking down the street naked, or a path, whatever, and there's wind hitting you in all the places and there's sunshine hitting all the places, you're more aware of your body. You're more in your body. When I'm just sitting there sunning myself, and I'm just thinking about what has this body been through, and look what it's done for me. And it's amazing that I'm still alive and that I got to witness my own healing. That has done more for me than any therapist ever could. By the way, I'm trained as a therapist, so I'm allowed to say what I'm allowed to say. I did not find that helpful. I have found that I had to do my own therapy in my own way outside of a freaking office. So that's another way I've gotten in touch with it. I'm still exploring femininity, not being such a tomboy. I was in the military. I played sports my whole life. I'm trying to be a little bit more girly and just feeling into that and leaning in, not because anybody's telling me to, just because it's in there. It's been buried, you know? That's been fun, actually. And buying dresses and putting on cute bras and trying on things I never thought I would wear and wearing dresses. It's been fun. It's been great. So that comes back too. What else? Dating is just hard. It's hard for people not going through this. You know what I mean? The other thing I'm worried about is right now is if I get in a relationship, when do I tell them what's happened to me? Because I'm very public about it. You know what I mean? And usually I don't even talk about my relationships on public forums because it's my private shit, you know? But when can that person handle that? Because I want them to understand what I've been through and not be scared by it, you know? And I think there's a quote I read and I hear often about, you can't tell the right person the wrong thing because they won't run. They're not scared of that kind of thing. So I'm trying to keep my faith in that when the right person comes along and I share that information, they will not run. And so far I've been okay with that. Some of my friends I've shared that with, and they were like, wow, that's crazy. And I even dated a guy a couple weeks ago when I was in Tucson, and we went on this long hike, and we were done. My brain got a little fuzzy and I got a little slow because that happens sometimes still. And I kind of slur my speech a little bit and I'm a little bit wonky, and he noticed it. And I was like, no, I'm fine. He's like, are you sure you can drive like that? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just need a little bit of water and a little bit of rest. Sometimes when I overdo it, you know, my body's just a little bit slower. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So, I mean, that guy noticed it. He didn't run, but he was running anyway. It's fine. It ended up just to be a friend situation after the dates. But that's my other concern, just how do you share this with people because they don't really understand it? Yeah, I took my meds as prescribed and it made me not be interested in relationships, but now I am, and I'd like to explore that. If you're game for a little while, let's see where it goes, you know. Anyway, not that serious, but that's it. So that's part 2. Next will be We'll probably do dating. Friendships. Well, next we'll do friendships. Thanks for watching. Bye.